We got this new coffee and it's a light roast and it's really, really good. This is my second cup today. Woo! So today we're gonna talk about something that's kind of important when you're recording drums and everything else, and that is mic placement. We've all been in situations where the mic placement has been off, whether you're playing live and they have mics on the kit, or you're recording something and you realize after the fact that the mic placement is off. There's 3 different placements that I use that get me 3 completely different sounds, and today we're gonna go over those 3 microphone placements right now. If you're interested in the microphones that I'm using in today's video, they'll all be linked down below, and I'll go over them at the end of the video. So if you want to hear more about them, then stick around to the end and you'll get some more information on them. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into mic placement. So roll the intro or B-roll sequence thing right now. Alright, so we're at the drum set, obviously, and we're gonna focus mostly on the floor tom today, but these 3 mic placements go for basically every drum, like snare drum, rack tom, and floor tom. Overheads and the kick drums are a little bit different, and we'll go over those in a different video. But today, we're just talking about microphones that go on these drums right here. So the first placement is going to be something that I do if I want to get more like attack of the stick, or if I'm like doing rim stuff and I want to pick that up a little bit more and I don't want to rely on like an overhead or something like that, or if I'm just wanting more attack out of the drum and less boominess. And that basically is going to be me just taking the microphone, keeping it basically parallel to the drum. If this is the drum and this is the microphone, instead of facing it down, it's going to be like that, parallel to the drum head. And what that's gonna do is that's gonna reject some of the bassy boominess of the drum and get more of the clicky attack. So this is what that sounds like. So I'll use that for like poppy stuff if I really need the attack of the drums to kind of come out and I don't want all the muddy boominess of the low end. It's a very stylistic way to place a microphone, but it works depending on the situation that you're in. The second one, you're actually gonna do the opposite of what the first one was. And by that, I mean, you're gonna get more bass and more boominess from the drum and less attack. And all I'm gonna do there is take the microphone. Again, this is the drum head, this is the microphone. Instead of having it like this, it's gonna be pointed directly towards the outer edge of the floor tom. So I'm gonna do that right now. And with that, again, you're gonna get more boominess out of the drum itself. I'll basically use that technique when I need something that's like percussive and big, like concert tommy, where I want a lot of like big, low end, open thuddiness, but I don't want actual contact of the drumstick making contact with the head and that clickiness. So big concert toms works great. Third miking technique is the one that I use most, and it's kind of the best of both worlds. And basically what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna split the difference between the first one and the second one. So instead of having it like this, looking at the floor tom head or looking parallel to the head, it's gonna be somewhere in between. The microphone is gonna be facing the center of the head. So you want it to where, wherever you're gonna be hitting the drum, you want the microphone to be looking at that specific spot. So if I'm like hitting in the center, I'll move my microphone to look at that. And this is what that sounds like. And with that, I get the boominess that I need, but I also get the percussiveness so that it can cut through the mix and everything else. And that's like my default when I just need to track just regular drum set and I need everything to be present, but also have like depth to it. I'll do that kind of splitting the difference thing. And I did mention I use different mic placements on different drums. So the snare drum, I'll do the parallel a lot of the time. That way when I get a rim shot, it'll pick up that rim shot really, really well. And for this rack tom, you'll notice it's kind of facing down a little bit, and that's because a lot of times I want more boominess from this smaller drum, which is a 12-inch drum. And to compensate for that, I'll point it down closer to the edge of the head. Basically, if you want more boominess, point the microphone closer to the edge of the head. If you want more attack, don't do that and do the opposite, which is not facing it towards the edge of the head. I guess I could have probably just explained that whole thing in 2 seconds. Anyway, to give you an idea what the actual drum set sounds like, I'll play a little bit to show you the different microphone techniques. That's basically it. Miking drums isn't hard, and I always encourage, turn that guy off, rattle. I always encourage people to mess around with the microphone placement and never be afraid to like mess it up and have to fix it, because that's actually how you learn, and that's how I learned what microphone technique works best for me and the style that I'm playing or whatever I end up doing on the drum set. Experimentation is very important, and you should never be afraid to do that. That's all I have for you guys. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below and hit the like button too. That'll help with all those YouTube-y things. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Bye guys. Oh, I almost forgot. All of these microphones that I'm using, I will link down in the description if you want to check them out. So, links in the description. All right, now I'm gonna go, guys. Bye. This Mr. Cup is like my third Mr. Cup because I keep breaking them. I don't know why, it's just this, it's any cup that says Mr. on it. I either drop it or I like chip it to the point where I can't use it, like mostly around the rim. I'm having to be careful with this guy. I actually dropped it yesterday on the floor, but it didn't break, thankfully. Very tasty, tasty fancy. You put your pinky out when you drink this kind of coffee. So. I've had too much coffee today. Too much. All right, bye-bye, bye-bye.